In this lesson, we're going to start taking a look at NMAP. NMAP is a program, and the name is short for Network Mapper. It's a port scanner, and what that means is it goes off looking for open ports on a system that you've pointed it at, and once we know what the open ports are, we can figure out what the application's listening behind those ports are. So although there is a graphical version, I'm going to be using the command line version in this lesson, in part because I want to start with the manual page, and on Unix-like systems like Linux, or in this case Mac OS, you can use a utility called man, which gives you the documentation or the manual pages for the application. In this case, we're going to look at NMAP. I have the NMAP reference guide here. And if I scroll down, I can see the different types of scans, and of course all of the various other options that I can specify on the command line. But right here we have scan techniques, and there's a number of scans that we can use with NMAP, and subsequent lessons will get into more detail about what each scan does. But just for basics, we have a TCP SYN scan, there's also a connect scan, an ACK scan, there are null scans, fin scans, and XMS scans, and the last three take advantage of different flag settings in a TCP packet. So NMAP by default scans about 1,000 ports or so, although we can scan all 65,000 with a particular flag setting. So if I were to do minus lowercase p 0 to 65535, that gives me the 65,536 ports that are available to both UDP and TCP. But as I said, by default, NMAP scans about 1,000 ports, and for our purposes here today, that's going to be adequate. I need administrative privileges in order to be able to do the scan that I'm going to be doing. So we're just going to do a quick little SYN scan, and NMAP can also make guesses about the operating system based on some information that it gets, including the sequence number handling and responses to certain packets like resets. So I'm going to have NMAP try to guess an operating system. And I'm just going to take a look at the default gateway, although I could do the whole network if I wanted to. That would scan all hosts on my network. And there are multiple other ways of specifying host names, and again, we'll get into some more of those in subsequent lessons. But just for a basic scan right now, to give you a sense of what it looks like and how it works, we're going to do this. I'm actually going to add a flag here, -v for verbose, so it can show you some more details about what it's doing. So NMAP has gone off, and you can see that it's indicating when it's found open ports, the activity that it's undertaking. There's an ARP ping scan, and there's a SYN stealth scan, which is what I had actually specified that it was going to do. The -SS was a SYN stealth scan. And we get a list of the open ports here. We have port 53, port 80, and port 443. It's taken a guess about the operating system that's running. It looks like it's running Linux 2.6. It actually can give you the amount of days that the system has been up. So that's some basics about NMAP.